Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we're going to go ahead and do your weekly reading. My energy's a little bit all over the place right now, so I'm feeling like maybe some of you earth signs have had a very busy week. Maybe you felt like you're kind of all over the place, or you don't have enough time. What comes to mind right now is lists, okay? So I know with the earth signs, you guys are pretty organized as it is, but make sure that you guys are taking the time to write out a list. So if you do have a lot going on in your mind, it's easier to, not go from one thing to the next. I'm a Capricorn myself, and I totally get that. This week has been very busy for me. So the first card out, we have Happy, Happy, the number 26. And I love that. Look at the stars. So this week ahead is going to be a really happy week for you. I love that. I love starting off the reading with something so positive. The card underneath the deck is Milk and Honey, but if it's meant to be, it'll come out, okay? I don't really like to take from the bottom of the deck unless I feel called to. And one thing that I also noticed is she's sitting on, like, I don't know, it's kind of like an egg with like a baby in it, or like a soul, or like a face. So maybe some of you this week are going to be finding out that you're expecting. How exciting for you. And also the light coming down. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like rainbow color. And I don't know, that just, I'm getting the feeling that some of you are going to find out that you're expecting this week. And it doesn't have to just be, pregnancy. It can, for some of you, it could be, but maybe like a job or something that you guys have been waiting to start, or an opportunity, or a relationship. Something's coming in this week that's going to make you really happy, and I'm super excited for you guys. And me too, because I'm an earth sign also. And with a baby, like the baby face and I keep thinking Humpty Dumpty. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. He had wow, it's been years. I don't even remember it. If some of you guys remember that, you can let me know in the comments. I think it's what Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. He had a fall. I know I'm missing something. All right. One more shuffle. Let's see. All right. 2 came out. So let's see. We have To the Sea, card number 7, and Yang, card number 1. When I was shuffling, I actually saw Yin, and so it's kind of funny that Yang came out. Bottom of the deck, we have No Place Like Home. So, what's coming to mind right now is, so she's surrounded, the woman illustrated on the card is surrounded by blue, okay? And I'm not feeling a sad energy though. I'm feeling like something that you've been working on or working through or hoping for is finally coming to light this week, like fruition. And I'm getting the feeling of To the Sea. I'm thinking like going on a voyage kind of type thing. It looks like a little fairy in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but and with the Yang, it's like giving and receiving, right? The good and the bad, our light and our dark sides. But with her hand open, and it's so funny because look, these cards kind of go together. I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to be finding out that you're expecting a baby this week. Or maybe you're going to be delivering a baby this week and you're so happy because it's kind of like you're going to be receiving a gift from spirit. And for those of you that aren't going to be finding out you're having a baby, you're still going to be receiving a gift from spirit that you've been hoping for a while. I'm excited for you guys. I love the positivity. So something good is coming this week. How exciting. I love that. So let's take some tarot and get some more information because I'm nosy. Especially since I'm also an earth sign. I feel like this reading can also be for me, but I make sure to leave myself completely out of the readings because for most readers that I personally know, we have a hard time reading for ourselves. It's like we can't well, I mean for me, let me just speak for myself. I've always had a hard time reading for myself. I can be so spot on for the people that I've read for personally. And if you guys are watching, I know that I have a few Capricorn friends that I've read for. And it's so funny because one time I told my friend, I'm so sorry, I felt like I violated you because I had kind of like uncovered something that she hadn't told me. And sorry for that. You know who you are. But that's just how it is. That's how good my intuition can be when I'm reading for others. But it's a gift to be shared with other people. And so when I'm in it, it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me too of sometimes like when we're the ones in the middle of a storm, we don't see it. Everyone around us might, but we don't see it until after. And we're like, oh yeah, that does make sense. That one was about to come out, but well, there it goes. So yeah, so even though I'm happy because I'm also an earth sign, woo, there's a lot of cards. This reading's for you guys because I don't want to put my energy into it because then I might be blocked. Okay, so I have never let this many cards just fly out, but I was called to do that right now. So we're just going to go from left to right. So we have the Hermit. Okay, and that's right underneath Yang. So I think a week of like, I don't want to say processing, but whatever good that's coming in for you this week, you're going to be kind of like going within. Okay, you're going to take some time to reflect, see how you want to go about this, see what steps you want to take. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's kind of like you're going to be holding on to, you might be holding on to this for a while. You might be keeping whatever is coming for you this week to yourself. Maybe you just kind of want to enjoy it until enjoy it before you let everybody know, right? And then with the King of Wands, maybe some of you are dealing with a fire sign or you have fire in your chart. And Justice, okay? So you're going to be getting what you have coming to you, right? Something you've been hoping for is what I keep feeling. I don't want to say I wanted to say something you've been working toward, but I don't even feel like you've been really, like, this is something that you really can't put work into. It's something that you can just kind of like hope for. Like it's like a gift from spirit. And it's going to be coming in fast this week, okay? With the Eight of Wands. And you're going to feel like you finally got what you've been deserving. And you're going to be in your Nine of Pentacles energy, which is, that's for the earth signs. Nine of Pentacles is all about like abundance, happiness, just being so happy with your life. And not so much I don't need anybody energy, but like if you're in my life, it's because I want you there, not because I need you, because I'm so happy by myself. And I love that for you guys, okay? Yep, Knight of Wands. So you're going to be so happy and like on fire for this. And then we have Temperance. So we're going to need some balancing, okay? There might be some sort of an adjustment you're going to have to make once you receive this gift from Spirit. And with the Knight of Swords, it kind of feels like the transition might feel a little bit difficult for you. But with the Ace of Cups, it's kind of like maybe having to let go of one thing that wasn't working out so well, or maybe when I said it wasn't working out so well, my thoughts kind of changed. It's more like you have to let go of one thing so you can receive something else. So like with a law of attraction or like the law of assumption, it's like, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know anybody that wants to have a baby right now personally, but for some of you, you're going to be finding out that you're having a baby, honestly. Like that's what I keep thinking. So it's like you might have to let go of maybe some drinking, some smoking, maybe some unhealthy habits, maybe the caffeine, maybe you love coffee. And it's going to put you in a little bit of like stress, but it's so worth it, right? Because what's coming in is so much better and it's something that's going to last a lifetime. Okay. And then with the Moon card, so I feel like you're not going to expect this at all. And the person listening to this reading right now is kind of probably like, oh, yeah, right. Like, I'm not going to have a baby. Maybe you've been hoping for a baby. Or maybe you've been hoping for like a sign that, for those of you that, you know, you don't want to have a baby right now. And if you don't want to have a baby, be careful this week, okay? Be very careful. Use, you know, protection, because I can't get that off my mind. And you're not going to see it coming. You're going to be kind of surprised. And I didn't finish my thought earlier, but I feel like the person listening to this reading right now is probably thinking like, oh yeah, right. You know, maybe you've been wanting one for a long time and you feel like it might be too good to be true is what I keep thinking. And the Emperor. So this is going to put you in your like your energy of, I finally have my wish fulfillment. And when I see the Emperor, I think to myself, like, I wanted to say masculine energy. So for those of you who who's like resonating with maybe like something special is coming in for you from Spirit this week, but it's not going to be a baby. Like it could literally be like something that's going to make you at your I need to slow down. My mind is really going. Remember how in the beginning of the reading I said it's been a really busy week for the earth signs? Well, yes, my mind is still going 1,000 miles a minute. But I'm going to slow down and take a breath. So, one moment. Okay. So with the Emperor, I'm feeling some masculine energy. So maybe you're going to get something that is going to make you feel like in your power. And it doesn't really, it can be male or female, right? A lot of females can carry masculine energy and males carry feminine energy. It's like the yin and the yang, right? Duality. With the Five of Swords, I'm thinking that this week might be, I have a feeling like this week is going to come in hot for you. And you know what? This just came to me. I'm not going to go through each card individually. I'm going to show them to you and I'm going to lay them out. Okay. So Three of Pentacles, Judgment, the Page of Swords. There's that message. There's that news coming. And the World. I wonder, can you guys see all that? Let me see. I think you can. Okay. So sorry, let me fix them. I want to make sure you guys can see them. So when I look at the illustrations on the cards together, what I'm seeing is you're going to be receiving something so special to you this week, something that means a lot to you. And what came to mind right now was for those of you who have had children, like maybe you're going to be reconnected with your child this week. I'm really strongly feeling like pregnancy, children. I'm also feeling like some of you might be getting signs from a loved one that's passed on recently. Whatever it is, though, you're going to be super happy. But I see that you're going to also be in kind of some mental conflict this week. So sometimes, like, we can get blessed and it's everything that we've ever wanted. But we also have to realize when things change in our life, we have to make changes that are necessary and we have to align with what's coming. And I think that I kind of jumped the gun because I was very rushed earlier in my mind. And once I took a moment and I had that breath, I'm also thinking that for those of you who have been trying really hard for something and you're about to give up, don't give up. You don't see it coming. But I promise you, it's coming. And it's going to put you in your strongest energy. It is going to make you feel on top of the world. And it might be a little confusing because with the Five of Swords, I feel like you're going to be in some sort of mental like conflict with yourself. Like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? This is going to change. And you know what? This might be very specific, but for some of you, maybe you've been doing like IVF and you're about to give up. You're like, oh my gosh, it's not working. But keep working on it. Work as a team with your partner. If you don't have a partner, work with your doctors. And if it is like a business venture, you might be a little confused right now. Like, well, I don't see this coming to fruition. Maybe I should give up. But please don't. Please don't, because something's going to turn. And when I think about, well, what's going to turn? Like, what's going to happen? It's like it's blocked for me. Like, spirit's not showing me anything. And normally when I have a thought, there's a reason for it. So it's kind of going to be like a surprise, I guess, And then with the Page of Swords, it's going to be like an incoming message or like a messenger. Like something special is going to happen. Maybe spirit's going to do something that our human logical mind can't figure out, and it's going to come in. It's going to come in. And I know when I do collective readings, I can kind of seem all over the place, but truly, in my life, I've always had this intuitive gift. And, I found that if I don't say the exact message, then it almost like haunts me. I have to have the courage to tell people what comes to mind. And I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you guys a really quick story while I shuffle these next cards, because I think it might resonate and it might help you understand the way I do readings, okay? So a few years back, so sometimes I can have dreams too. And I feel like I'm kind of being really open with you guys and putting myself out there. So, I would like to have a no judgment channel, but I know when you're online, everybody's going to have their thoughts and their feelings, and they're allowed to. But so, okay. Like sometimes I'll have dreams, and if I have them for like a couple nights in a row, I know that they're important, especially if I remember them detail by detail when I wake up the next day. And in my readings, they're usually always positive, but if they're not, like I'm going to tell you the truth because it's a gift And I feel like it's also a muscle. So you have to, your intuition is like, you have to use it or you're going to lose it. And anyways, let me just jump into the story. So a few years back, I had a dream that it was my significant other at the time. One of his friends was riding a motorcycle and he crashed it. And I'd wake up as soon as he crashes. So I didn't know how bad it was or whatnot. But I had this dream for like 2 nights in a row. And so on this, after the second night, I was like, I think I'm going to go tell him because I didn't have his number. I literally would have had to drive to his house. So I was kind of like talking myself out of it. And I was like, man, I don't really want to go look crazy to somebody. But then I had it again that night. And the next morning before work at like 7 a.m., I had to go knock on his door. And his mom had answered. And I was like, hey, can I talk to, I'm not going to say his name on here. And she was like, well, he's not here right now. He didn't come home last night. And I was like, okay, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I keep having a dream that he crashed on a motorcycle. And I just felt like I had to give that message. It won't leave me. And the way she looked at me, her heart kind of sank. And then she went to the garage and she opened it and there was a motorcycle in the garage and he hadn't had one before. And she said, he just got this 4 days ago. And I didn't want him to get it. And I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, all right, well, thanks, and I just like left. And he ended up calling me later that day and he was like, oh my gosh, like, why'd you tell my mom you had a dream I was going to wreck? And I was like, honestly, I had to tell you. Anyways, long story short, he didn't listen to the message. He ended up wrecking on the motorcycle. He didn't get too hurt, okay? And he was all right. But the point of the story is like, the reason why I shared that with you is it takes a lot of courage to tell people things, It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there at the risk of being judged, criticized, people thinking you're like out there, But I think that's why I was blessed with this gift because I do have a lot of courage. Not that doesn't mean I'm not scared, right? Because I'm always scared. I'm always nervous. I don't want to be judged. Nobody does. But I'm willing to push past that so that I can get the messages that are meant for people out. So with that being said, is sometimes if my readings don't make sense to you, that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. There's somebody that needs to hear the message, okay? And just know that one day I might be speaking your message, So, I keep shuffling these and I feel like maybe I'm not supposed to pull from these, but let's see. If one comes out, nope, it's not. I'm not supposed to pull from this one. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna just move on. Let me see. We're gonna do the gateway of light activation. And for those of you also who have your own intuition and you feel like sometimes like you get that intuitive call to say something to somebody, just go for it, And I'm going to be honest, sometimes I do look a little nuts to people when they're like, what the heck? But later on, it proves itself. And it's not always bad. Sometimes it's really good things. But it's never like, oh yeah, we're going to win the lottery. And it's never for sure. And it's never exactly. I'm not like a psychic, it's not, I don't call myself that. It's just, I'm very intuitive. And we all are. It's just a muscle. We just have to continue using it. And I'm also thinking about doing like a course. There it is. If you guys are interested, I'll do it for free. But I want to help each of you get connected with your intuition. Because if you're the type of person that like, is it this one? That reads these cards or what likes to watch these cards, like obviously you think outside the box, right? Is there any more? No. Okay. All right, so we have two. Oh no, we have three. Okay, so we have we'll go in order. Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. I have a feeling that's where the mental conflict is going to be this week, right? You're going to be maybe clearing out old stories or old ways of living, and you're starting a new journey. But I don't think it's a journey of going anywhere. I think it's a journey of transformation of your life. Like I said, you're going to be receiving a gift. And, with the Akashic records, it's kind of like, every invention that they've ever had out there, if you look back on history, people across the world have come up with the same ideas at almost exactly the same time. And even before, like, the telephone or messages, like I'm talking about back in the day. And I think that intuitive minds can tap into the Akashic records. And that might sound really esoteric, but I'm an esoteric person, so we can tap in. So when you get that nudge or that feeling or that intuitive guidance, follow it. I'm telling you, it's like the path is already within us. We just have to trust ourselves. Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. Ooh, you know what just came to mind? So for some of you, you're going to be actually receiving like deeper spiritual gifts. Your gifts are going to be activated this week. Ooh, I love that. I love that. And then with the Stargate heart, so open up your heart chakra this week, okay? It's opening up. So you're going to do some unlocking, and you're going to probably be pretty generous with some things this week because you're going to be so happy, right? So when we're happy, when we're feeling good, it's important to bless others and to also give what's been so freely given to us, right? I keep thinking earth angels. I think I'm going to start calling my earth signs up, my earth angels. With earth signs, like we're deep thinkers. We love a good mystery, right? How many of you guys love a good mystery? Okay. I want to get some extra clarification because I'm nosy. This one flipped. It is the King of Pentacles. I love that for my earth signs because guess what? We're the Pentacles and we have strong foundations. We've worked hard, and you're in your king energy, male or female. You know what? This one too. Yep. 7 of Pentacles. Hard workers. We've been working hard. And I'm feeling like we've been working so hard that Spirit's just going to bless us. Like maybe we passed a test. Oh my gosh, I love it. 8 of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? Wow. I love the confirmations. I love how Earth signs is Pentacle signs, right? And I love how it's all Pentacles. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's this one? This one is the 2 of Swords. So yeah, you're definitely not going to see this gift coming. But just make sure when it comes that you're accepting, right? Be in your receiving energy this week for sure. So to get in your receiving energy and to stay in your receiving energy, make sure that you are in gratitude, okay? You're stopping to smell the roses, you're meditating. Watch some funny shows, okay? Watch something that I'm going to pull from the Moonology. Okay. Watch something that brings you just bliss and joy. And be open. Anytime you feel your mind kind of going to like a negative place, oh my God, I can't make this up. Your hard work is paying off. Oh my gosh, I love this. New moon in Capricorn. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's just get one moon card. All right, so this one says, Confidence is your key to success. A new moon in Leo. And guess what? We're going into Leo. So I know this is a weekly reading, but when it says new moon in Leo, I'm thinking to myself, you're going to be blessed with some sort of gift, spiritual gift, something that we cannot go by ourselves, okay? It's something that we are deserving of. And you're going to be blessed before the new moon in Leo. I guarantee that. Okay? So, I want to, you know what? Should I do... I'm excited for you guys. Can you guys please let me know what you're gifted with this week? I love it. And I'll let you guys know as well, okay? Because I'm a Capricorn, so let's go ahead and read what the new moon in Leo says, because I feel like with these messages, they're meant to be really, like, a lot deeper. Okay, let's see. New moon in Leo is page 50. Okay. Confidence is your key to success. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you. Oh my gosh, I told you guys. I love it. I love it. When you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. Oh my gosh. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle. I love when it lines up. And carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. Oh my gosh, can you guys see that? I cannot make this up. Dude, sorry, I'm super excited right now. Some of you are going to be getting news of a child. Like, news is coming. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you. I literally have the chills right now. And like, you're going to be so happy because I'm filling with emotion right now. Like, I want to cry, like tears of joy. I'm so happy for you guys. Please let me know, okay? Let me know. And I hope you get this reading. Before the new moon in Leo so you can, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. So, attune to the moon. So make time to have fun. So, like I said earlier, please be in your happy receiving energy this week. You have something so special coming. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't tell yourself, no, it's never going to happen. Don't get in the way of your own blessing, okay? So, additional meanings for this card. It's a time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride. Spoil yourself. You've earned it. And you've turned someone's head. So the teaching. Leo is a sign of the big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship, and flirting. The energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card, whenever you pick it, is hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. And when you get blessed with that gift, be so thankful and so proud and stay in your gratitude this week. Oh my gosh, earth signs. You know what? I want to say my earth angels. I am so happy for you guys. This is big. This is big. Oh. So I'm going to pull from my positive affirmations and my meditations deck, and one flew out. So I don't know if it's, oh wow, you know what? A positive affirmation and a meditation card flew out together. So we're just going to go with these because I feel like when they fly out, they're extra confirmation. So the affirmation is all things work together for good. Okay. So we need to remember that. Anytime something negative happens to us this week or something that we don't like, maybe we wake up late for work, maybe we have a small inconvenience. We need to remember everything works together for good. Okay. And then the quote to meditate on this week: how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to live in okay, I am sorry, but I cannot, let me see if I cannot say that word. Equanimity? Oh my gosh. Free of hatred and attachment. Equanimity. Okay, I will practice that word, you guys. My apologies. But for those of you who know how to say it, send me, sound it out for me in the comments. Okay, so let me start over. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to live in equanimity, free of hatred and attachment. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free of suffering and its causes. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. Wow. So maybe the gift that's coming is going to put you in this energy. You're going to have a rebirth and you're going to feel liberated because you finally got what you knew you always deserved, and the scales are going to balance. Wow. I almost don't want to stop reading. I want to keep going because I want to be nosy, because that's just how I am. I love to get more answers, but I'm not called to pull from any other deck. So that usually means that's it for now. And Spirit will let you know when you received your blessing. So I'm really excited for you guys this week, Earth signs. You guys are going to have a wonderful week. You're going to be so happy. Something great is coming in for you. Please get out of your own way. Anytime a negative thought comes to mind, push it out, okay? Take some time to be still this week so you can actually hear the message that's coming, okay? It could be intuitive. It could be a message from your doctor. It could be any kind of message. But if it's coming from the Akashic records, we have to be in alignment. And so whatever you're hoping for, whatever you feel inside of you that you know is coming, be open to it this week, okay? Even do a meditation with your hands like this. And you can say out loud or in your mind, I'm ready to receive the gifts that you have for me. All right, you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Please let me know in the comments when this comes to fruition for you. And I'm excited to see you guys next week for a reading, because I really, really want to see what's revealed. And also, just a little disclaimer, I am not sure if I'm going to continue with just doing like earth, fire, water, and air sign readings. I like them, but I feel like the message could be for everybody, kind of. And I don't want a message to be missed by somebody that it needs, or that needs to hear it, because they're not, they might be a fire sign, but their message comes through in the earth sign readings. But for now, I'm going to keep doing them just because I feel really strong about them in this moment. But going in the future, I'm not quite sure, but we're gonna figure it out together. I'm a new channel, so just be patient with me. I might make some changes, but my readings are all going to be the same. And I want to do an all signs monthly reading for 8/8, okay? The Lion's Gate. So I'm going to be working on those, and I will definitely have all signs posted before the 8/8 portal, okay? All right. So I'm wishing you guys a wonderful week and have a good one. And I'm looking forward to hearing about what came in for you. Okay. Bye.